Welcome back to Tours with Mark. My van is a mess as always. I want to talk to you today about my trip to the Grandfather Mountain. My girlfriend and I kind of randomly put together a backpacking trip, our first one ever. And in this video, I'll show you some small snippets of video we took, some photos, and I think I'll overlay with some commentary from this video. Our journey and how we did it, what we did right, what we did wrong. Oh, so if you go to the Swinging Bridge area, which is all in North Carolina, if you go to the Swinging Bridge area, you will have to pay $30 each. And that's quite a lot, 60 bucks right there on the pot. But also, I didn't want to do the general route that most people do and pay for. I wanted some hardcore experiences. So we decided to travel to the Profile Trail parking area. It's off of Highway 105 North. What we did was we parked at Lowe's, which is a grocery store right next to the trailhead. The trailhead opens at 8 a.m. and we pretty much got there around 8:15 a.m. from Lowe's after we had breakfast and all that in the van. And we parked there, no problem. We had to reserve a site. I reserved it about a week in advance for $15. That site is for your parking and for the campsite itself for the night. Now the thing is, we decided to pick a campsite that's pretty far for our adventure. We took a site called The Refuge, which was pretty much the most remote campsite there is that they have to offer. But we went through and started hiking, and it was immediately uphill climb all the way across this Profile Trail, which was, you know, a pretty good climb. Nothing too crazy during this first couple of miles. Once you get to like mile 3, it starts getting a little bit crazy. So there's a water source right when you make your first turn. What we did was, on all trails, it's called the Trifecta. And the thing is, we started at the Profile Trail, but we made it all the way to this place called Shanty Spring, where you can basically get some water. It's at Cliffside Campsite or Callaway Gap, all that area. Once we got there, we wanted to do the Grandfather Trail itself, which is awesome. It's epic. It's freaking bouldering, it's ladders, it's crazy. You know, a lot of people talked about lines and waiting for ladders. We didn't really come across that. We went on a Saturday all morning, and we did it on a Saturday and a Sunday, but there was not too many people there. I mean, yes, there's people, but nothing like a bottleneck anywhere. Anyways, we traveled across Grandfather Trail all the way through to the Swinging Bridges. If you didn't have a backpack like I did, carrying 40 pounds worth of weight, you know, it'd be super fun. You would be able to climb and boulder and just have a blast. I didn't have too much of a luxury of doing that without the backpack. When I did climb, it was still super fun, but it definitely took a toll on my knees, on my body, on my exhaustion level. Awesome, awesome trail. But from there, we had to swing back around from the Grandfather Trail back to that Trifecta junction that I talked about at Shanty Spring. And from there, we took the Daniel Boone Scout Trail. We ended up getting to the point where darkness came. We had a hot meal, which was awesome for a nice little break. But you know, at around the hour of 9-10 hours, we're like done. We're like, oh, just a few more hours to go. 11 hours, 12 hours. Finally get to our campsite with no lights. It's dark out. We're putting our tent together, and it was an epic journey. That was day 1. Got to the campsite. And day 2, we just kind of hauled ass back to the van, and it felt good to get our meal at the end at a restaurant that we love in Rutherfordtown or Rutherfordton. It's some Mexican restaurant there I highly recommend. Brutal, brutal, brutal time. I think if you could do it without doing the Profile Trail loop, you could probably do an out and back on Grandfather Trail alone, which is probably the bulk of what people come there for. You can do that in probably 5 hours easily, there and back.